Shalom. First and foremost, all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Give me the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who still rule and teach well. Peace and blessings and safety to the Lord's elect. This is going to be a quick hit, Lord willing. I just want to say a few words dealing with, being able to rule our spirit, and rule in our emotions. The Apostle Paul said, I keep my body under subjection. He said, at least I preach the word, and I myself should be a castaway. We got to be able to control our emotions because, let's admit it, there's things in this world that vex all of us brothers. I know certain things that vex me in particular is, when people push false doctrine. That in particular, it really grinds my gears. But even that, and that's, there's nothing wrong with being angry or upset when somebody is teaching the scriptures the wrong way, or even teaching history the wrong way, or whatever it is. Nothing wrong with being angry at that, but the Lord said, be ye angry and sin not. Matter of fact, let me go there. It says here, Ephesians 4, verse 26, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. See, because when you're in your flesh, when you're dwelling in your emotions, when you're making brash decisions, that's when Satan is able to take control of your vessel, because you're not operating in the spirit, you're operating in haste. And the Lord said that we are not to move in haste. That's not a characteristic of wisdom, moving in haste. A characteristic of wisdom is to move very calculated, calculated steps, so to speak, or if maybe your woman gets on your nerves, or your job, or having a woman boss over you. There's certain things that really piss brothers off, but there are certain brothers that they're so good at ruling their spirit, you would never know that they were irritated by those things. Okay? Because the power that these demons have is the power that we give them, the energy that we give them. Demons need energy. Demons need attention. Let me get a precept real quick. Like I said, it's going to be a quick hit because my phone's going to die. It's Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28. It says, he that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Meaning what? Anybody can say any little thing and get the best of you. It's lucky because it's also cold. So I'm trying to think, but it's so cold. So let me read that again. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that have no rule over his spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. And see, in the ancient world, a city needed walls. It was very important that cities had walls. Okay, because back then there were no planes, there were no fighter jets and nothing like that. So any attack was going to be a ground invasion. So cities had walls, and so those walls would stop the enemy from entering in. Now, who's our enemy? The spiritual demon Satan. Now, Satan's going to jump on all of us at one point in time, and it's true. Best believe it. Satan jumped on Peter. It said that Satan entered into Judas. But even Yahushua himself, he called Peter Satan. Now, was Peter still of the elect? Of course. But there were moments where Peter, his emotions, got the best of him. And that happens when you're not ruling your spirit properly. Satan's job is to keep us in our flesh. The spirit's job is to keep us in the spirit. This is Galatians 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit, I'm going to start at 16. It says, Galatians 5 and 16, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Right, so you're supposed to be walking in the spirit. doing the things, following the blueprint that the elders and apostles have laid down, you know, doing our daily reading, doing our daily videos, you know, our daily prayers. We're supposed to be walking in the Spirit constantly. And if you're slipping on one thing, like I know I've been slipping on certain things, if you're slipping on one thing, eventually the Spirit's going to bring it out and you're going to get rebuked. Okay? And like the scriptures say, how pleasant it is, okay, when I am rebuked. That's the mindset of a contrite and humble spirit. Okay? Because anybody can say anything to you, but one opinion that we all do value, and you should even value the opinions of people who are outside of the body, but we truly value the opinions of brethren, you know, in the body. Okay? Reason being is because we believe through faith that Yahweh Shai speaks through us. Okay? When we correct each other, when we guide each other, we believe that Yahweh Shai speaks through us. Okay? For our betterment, for leading us to salvation, man. It said that the people that are, not the people, so to speak, but the brothers and the elders that are over us, it said that they watch for your souls. Galatians 5 verse 17, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, and ye cannot, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So it's a constant battle. Yeah, you might overcome alcoholism, or you might overcome smoking, but now you're dealing with pride. You might overcome overeating, you know, but now you're dealing with, you know, being an alcoholic, or jealousy, or envy. So it's going to be a constant battle. But the thing is that we're gonna round all our corners and dot all our T's and cross all our I's, and we're gonna make great improvements on the way to salvation. The elect are gonna make great improvements in all categories on the way to salvation. They're gonna be morally upright. That's what it means when it says, be ye perfect as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Morally upright. Don't mean we're going to be sinless, but we're going to have the correct mindset. We're going to have the heart, the will, the contrition, okay, to be accepted of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says in verse 18, but if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. And see, there's a lot of people in this world that want to get you involved in this type of activity. It says, verse 21, envyings. I mean, this is like literally, you have spirits out here in the earth that literally, they will intentionally and blatantly try to get you involved in fighting and wrath, hatred. You know, they'll poke you. They'll poke you like they poke a bear, but really they're poking lions. You know, and so that's why brothers, hey, when brothers slip, they slip. Hey, you know, because we are powerful men through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but we have to control that power, harness that power, and use it for good. It says here in verse 21, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in past time, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And really, you know, these things is talking about to the brothers, man. When, like, this ain't talking about you treating, which the scriptures say, if it be possible, live peaceably with all men. Don't get me wrong, everybody at my job love me. I'm employee of the year, you know. But the thing is, you know, this thing of you know, you gotta treat a complete stranger like he's a brother or an elder in the truth. That's not biblical. Yahweh Shai himself, he said, who is my mother and who is my brother? Them that do the will of my Father which is in heaven. Okay? He didn't have love. He said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. We ain't just praying for any old Jake. Okay? Bear with me, crossing the street. So this thing, you know, we're not going to have no hatred towards brothers. We're not going to have no variance towards brothers. You know, even our wives, you know, the people that's our responsibility, the brothers, our family, we're not going to have these things for them. Even a random nigga, a 2/3 nigga in the world, I'm not going to murder a 2/3 nigga in the world. I'm not gonna envy a 2/3 nigga in the world. I'm not gonna have hatred or variance for a 2/3 nigga in the world. But the point that I was making earlier, like things like you got your coworker, he needed a ride home, and you didn't give him a ride home. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He's not your responsibility. You know, your responsibility is the brothers in this truth. That's who we're keepers of. That's the brothers who we are keepers of. And if you can receive it, you can receive it. If you can't receive what I just said, then it is what it is. Everybody's not going to receive us, and we know that. It says here in Galatians 5:22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. Hey, like I'm quoting a famous song. All right, the brother said, hey, these niggas out here will vex your soul all the way. They want me to up a chopper and go on and in my race. You know, if you know, you know. And that's how it is, man. These people out here in this world, man, they want these spirits. They know every member of the hopeful elect. And Satan's job is to sift you as wheat. You know, we got to tread lightly. We got to tread lightly in this thing. It says here that the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Because if you're walking in those things, then you're walking in the Spirit. You know, you're pretty much blameless. You know. So like I said, brothers, just be mindful. You know, of, like I said, we have to rule our spirit. We can't let these people get us out our hookup. You know, and I've been letting people get me out my hookup. But we can't allow that, because you know we are examples. Okay, we are going to be the examples. Okay, to the Great Awakening, because best believe there's going to be a greater awakening of the elect, man. You know, I mean, it's happening now, but I believe when that MOTB really starts coming, you're gonna have a lot of people coming to the camps. You know, and the brother who might be the least in the camp now, you're gonna be a leader, Ak. All of us are looking to be kings under Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. You know, so Lord was edifying, just something quick. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Shalom.